Welcome back to the Antique Clock Shop. Okay, we got the Herschede clock case, and we're gonna clean it up and put some Howard's feed and wax on there. That really works really good at restoring these old finishes like that. First thing we gotta do though is we gotta get rid of the sticker. So a little bit of glass cleaner and paper towel maybe. Let's see, a little liquid on there and let it soak in a little bit. Usually I get these bezels off of here, but for some reason, I don't know if they got this one glued on. I didn't want to break it, so we're going to have to deal with it being on the clock case. This Hershey model is like one of the first ones I've ever done from this company. See how that glass cleaner is taking that sticker off. Just gets under there and this helps unstick the glue. Just gotta be careful you don't break the glass. See how it moves around as I'm wiping it. Almost got it off there. Rub it in there a little bit. Being stubborn. Yep, that's all of it. It's gone. Wipe that off there. Alright, let's focus on the case. I'll clean the inside of that bezel later. I'm sure I'm going to get some of this beeswax on it. Now these cases, I clean these up to a certain degree. I don't want to get rid of all the patina because to me that ruins the value of the clock. Some people they want to shine it up like new, and you're just taking away the value of the antique clock. Everybody's got their own way of doing it, but I was always told don't clean too much of that patina off there. You'll ruin the value of the clock. So I just try to restore it and get it back to where it's functioning and looking good. And, you know, get this beeswax in there because it's real good for the wood. It puts all the oils back into the wood and helps it last a lot longer. So we'll put it on there, put a lot of it on there, and just let it soak in for about 10 minutes before you wipe it off. As you can see, it's really bringing that grain out, making it look really nice. Yeah, I'm not really worried about the dirt because you can see on the rag it's coming right off of the beeswax. So. Yeah, don't spare any. You put a lot on there and let it soak in. It's really good. It puts all the natural oils back into the wood and helps preserve the finish. Gets a little messy. Try to stay away from that dial as much as possible. That's why I usually take them off so I don't have this problem, but this one's kind of glued on there or something. I didn't want to break the dial trying to get it off there, so we're just going to have to work around it. It's getting a little slippery. Careful. The back side done here. You see how the wood's all dried out and cracked? This stuff really fills in those cracks really nice. And don't worry about going with the metal, it's not going to hurt the metal at all. These metal hinges. You do want to be careful when you open up this door not to get anything on that piece of paper there. You want to leave that intact the way it is. I'll get a little bit up on the edge of this, but that's about it. I don't want to. You get any of that paper, it'll start to delaminate and fall apart, and takes away the value of the clock when that's not there. Get in as close as I can. I usually don't mess with the inside of the clock too much as far as putting any of this stuff on the inside, just the outside. And I do hit the bottom of these too, just to put the oil back into that wood on the bottom. And as you can see at the table, this stuff gets pretty messy. I put that green paper down to contain the mess. I can just pull the paper up and it's easy cleanup. As you can see how that just makes that green pop when you put this on there. Watch that paper, I don't touch that. Okay, the next step is to let it set for about 10 minutes and then buff it all off of there. So we'll show you what I got going on in the next room here, and then we'll pause the camera and come back and clean it up. Alright, over here is the movement for this clock. I got it all tore apart and got all ready to. I got all tore apart, cleaned, and ready to reassemble. I did use the sonic cleaner on this one. I know I said I was going to clean it by hand, but I figured what I was doing wrong is the older American clocks, I have a heater on that sonic cleaner, and I think using it on these German clocks, the heat is what delaminates the lacquer from them. So I didn't use the heat, and this just had oil on it, so I just needed to put the parts in there long enough to get the oil off them and take them out and rinse them. And now it's ready to reassemble. So that's what we're doing with that. Okay, we'll be back in about 10 minutes and take this stuff off. Okay, welcome back. We're going to start taking this beeswax off here now. You can see how it's, I don't know if the camera, you can see the dry spots, so it's, I don't know if the camera's picking that up or not. But it's soaking into the wood, which is good. That's what you want. This thing's slippery. But yeah, let's get her polished up here and see what it looks like. And all these clocks I do, you can always see like paint, like somebody, whoever owned the clock was always painting around it. There's always, on these American clocks, there's always paint splatter on them. I don't take it off. I leave it. It is. You're not going to get it off there without wrecking the finish. You just kind of live with it. But it's just a normal for these American clocks to have paint splatter on them. They're painting a room or something. They didn't move the clock. You can. I don't know if the camera can pick that up, but I can see it all over the top of this clock. I didn't see it before until I put the beeswax on there, and it pulls it right out. You can see it. But to me, it's patina. It's the age of the clock. It actually adds to it. Gives it character. Stuff works really nice. I don't know if the camera can pick that up, but you can really see how it's got dry spots and you can see the wet spots. That means it's really soaking into the wood really good, which is good. You just blend them all together like that. Because that wet look looks nice. And there's the Cincinnati, Ohio. It's a sticker. See white paint right there. Alright, she's all shined up and get the movement ready to put back into it. I got to put it back together. I'll let that soak in. I'll still have to buff it a few more times. Then I'll go ahead and clean that glass and go over that dial. Make sure I don't. I'll probably use that like a glass cleaner to clean the dial. You gotta be careful. You don't want to pull any of the paint off of it. But just a light cleaner on it, and I'll get some of the dirt. You're not going to get it all off of there, but I can see. I don't know if the camera can pick that up, but I can see that there's dirt on the dial. But you just do the best you can with it. But you don't want to damage it either. So, all right. Well, we got her looking pretty good, and well, we'll get to work on that movement and get it back together, and we'll do a video of me putting the movement back into this clock, and we'll get it ticking again. All right. Thanks for watching.